Hello, everybody. This is Sab here, Sab in Paris. And today I'm going to tell you about my Paris masterclass. It's starting at the end of this month, and I'm going to do a series of promo videos. So if you've seen one like this, you probably don't have to watch anymore. But there might be one or two surprises if I show you a few of my latest photographs, or maybe going into the archives. So this is for you if you love Paris and you would like to know more about Paris than the average person, probably. I've been in Paris for 30 years now. That's over half my life. 30 years ago, I sold my creative soul to this place. And the Eiffel Tower had a lot to do with it. And ever since then, I've been fanatical, obsessed about not so much the touristy stuff, more the strange stuff, the curiosities, the historical anomalies, the crazy architecture, and especially the odd things that you come across, strange plaques or impacts in the wall. And you think, what wall was that? And just so many crazy things. So I've decided to celebrate my 30 years here, and also to celebrate 6 years of a photographic project where I show you photographs of Paris every day. I've just finished 6 years of it. There's 12 more to go. It's a big project. So I'm celebrating this with my Paris masterclass, and it looks something like this. I'm not going to do any sort of fancy marketing or anything like that. I'm not very good at that. Basically, this is the deal. You will know if it's for you or not. And right now, because I'm starting it, this is the best deal. I'm going to give you everything I know about Paris. And if you join me now, it's throughout the year. Okay, it's a masterclass. Well, there are 3 masterclasses. I'm going to give you all the details. This is kind of a practice run. I'm going to do this almost every day in January. This is a practice run. Probably by the end of January, I'll sound quite smooth and polished. You're at the other end of January. There's going to be 3 masterclasses. Each one is about 10 or 11 weeks long. And I've split everything I want to give you about Paris into three parts, because it's too big to do in one go. It would just be too crazy. So there's 3 masterclasses throughout the year, and I am going to give them all to you for the price of one. In the future, each masterclass lasting 10 or 11 weeks will be 97. Join me now and you can have them all 3 for 97 euros. And because I'm just launching this, if you join me now, you will have all the updates, and there will be updates because I can't give you everything I know about Paris in 1 year. It's absolutely impossible. And I'll show you the system that I've devised right now to give you bite-sized chunks, beautifully illustrated with my Paris photography, my words. Well, let's have a look, shall we? So if you go to this page, I haven't lined anything up here. I wonder if I've actually got the I haven't even got the link. That's very professional, isn't it? So the link is parissetmefree.com/master. So tomorrow I'd have that link. So this is the page. You can see it at the top there, parissetmefree.com/master. And if you go there, you can join up immediately. And even though it says there's 0 at the bottom of the page, that's just because I set it to finish at the beginning of January. But it's starting by the end of January. And until then, I will be providing some cool stuff. So it's divided into 3 parts, 3 masterclasses. If you go to, I'll just go quickly through this. There's an introductory video, tells you about my story, how I sold my soul to Paris, thanks to the Eiffel Tower. And this is what it looks like. There are 3 parts. The first masterclass will be from the end of January for about, as I said, 10 or 11 weeks. So the first third of the year, more or less. And the second one will be in the middle of the year. so May to August sort of time, and then masterclass 3 will be September to December, or 10 or 11 weeks over that time. And Paris is incredibly fascinating. And one of my challenges was, how do I break this up? How do I give it to you? Paris is itself, it's a little bit more complicated than this, but let's say Paris is divided into 20 regions, 20 districts. Well, if I did one district a week, then that would be 20 weeks. But I want to do 3 masterclasses. So if there's 10 weeks in each masterclass, that's 30. So to be honest, I can't squeeze, well, I am. I'm squeezing one district into a week. But next year, I'll be adding. But I will be giving you a lot of these curiosities, these snippets. I'm calling them curio files. Let me give you a quick look at a curio file. If you look at this page here, you can see the basis of the masterclass. It's many, many, many files like this, which you can have. You can print them out. They're beautiful PDFs. And each one covers a specific curiosity, a specific historical fact or architectural anomaly or a strange statue or some war story, an anecdote. And they're all categorized by, not only by district, but I've divided each district into 4. All right, so there are 20 Paris districts. Each district is divided into 4 quarters. And this is official. Not many people know this, but I'll be telling you a lot of things people don't know about Paris. Each district is actually divided into 4 quarters. It's not the sort of quarters you might imagine, but we'll get onto that. So it's divided into 4. For each of those 4 sections of each district, I will be giving you curiosities. Several of these files, these curio files, as I call them, curio files, for each of these sections, quarters, for each of the districts. So it's a lot of stuff. So you can see now why I need 3 masterclasses. You don't have to do 3. You can try 1 and see if you like it. So let me just go back here. So 20 districts, so that's 20 weeks. So that leaves another 10 weeks. Well, there's an awful lot more to Paris. And it would be a bit restrictive if I just divided it into the districts. For example, the bridges. Which districts do the bridges go into? Because they kind of cross the river. They're not in a district, or they cross 2 districts. So there's a week, or I can't remember exactly. There's special sections on the bridges. The islands of the river. There are lots of islands, including 2 incredible ones. The original Paris was one of the islands before it grew and grew and grew. So there's sections on maybe a week on the islands. As Paris grew, well, it grew. They built a wall to protect it, but the wall was too small. Pretty quickly, people came along and they started living outside the wall. So they said, okay, let's make Paris a bit bigger. So they knocked down the original wall, built a new one a bit bigger. Same thing happened. They knocked that one down, built a bigger one, and so on. So the walls, that is a fascinating topic. And that will be, another week. The canal, there's a canal that runs through Paris, which, in addition to the river, there's a canal which crosses more than one district. So that obviously doesn't, well, I mean, I could put it in the districts. Maybe I will put bits of it in the district, but there will be a section on the canal and its beautiful bridges and its history. The statue, I do a wonderful series, which is my top 10s, Sab's top 10s. And that is a part, it's like a bonus. And I can tell you about my top 10 statues, my top 10 animal statues, for example, top 10 bridges, top 10 buildings, top 10 styles of architecture, or top 10 Art Nouveau buildings, top 10 metro signs. There are top 10 plaques. I am obsessed by strange plaques that you find all over Paris, covering all sorts of topics as well. So it's incredibly rich. I'm not sure if I should, as I said, I'm working this out as I go along. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, this one shows some of my top 10s. You can check this out. So many interesting things to talk about. I publish a photograph of Paris every day. So if you go to, this is my Facebook page, Have a Magical 2024, by the way, you can see straight away, there's today's photograph. Now, the photographs aren't the curiosities, they're different, although sometimes it overlaps, but the content is all original in the masterclass, and it's not available to anyone in that form, in that beautiful curio file form. There will be a live session every week. So you can, as you can see, I do a text as well. I've been doing this for 6 years daily. And before that, I had very long projects as well. But this current one, it's a biggie. It's planned for 18 years. I've just finished year 6, so I'm a 1/3 of the way through. So I'm very, very excited to finally have found a format, my masterclass format, to put everything I know, I mean everything, into this. And yeah, so each masterclass will have a weekly session where we get together. You can listen to me, you can ask me questions in the chat, things like that. And there will be video lessons, video sessions where I go through the curio files. There will be 3 or 4 of those per week. Now, you don't have to attend live. You can watch the recordings. It's not like my photography masterclass or my writing masterclass, for example, where you're supposed to be there. You know, we're doing assignments. It's not like that. I'm giving you this stuff. I hope it'll be interesting. I present it. Each of the videos is me talking about it live like this, but you don't have to be there. It's recorded. The weekly get together is live with me. But you can watch it anytime you like. You know, there's a beautiful system in my masterclass program where it encourages you to watch regularly, and you get points and things and bonuses if you watch in the time that is planned. But there is absolutely zero obligation to do that. At the end, you'll get a certificate if you complete the units. So I do have a system where you can tick off units, tick off the videos you've seen. There'll be quizzes as well, Paris quizzes, and all sorts of other things. So let me see if there's anything else I want to tell you about this. All right, so just to remind you, this is my Paris masterclass. It's starting now, so join now and you get the best ever deal. You get access to all 3 of the masterclasses, which covers all of Paris, for the price of 1 masterclass. So 3 for the price of 1. No guarantee it'll be the same next year. It probably won't. You'll need to pay 97 per masterclass next year, probably. I'm not sure yet. And this is certainly exclusive. I will be, over the years, I'm not stopping. You know, this is my life's work, my passion. I've just now found the format to put it all together. So I won't be stopping. And if you join me now, this year, this January, then I will give you all of the new curio files, because that's the format I'm going to use, these curio files. I will continue producing them over the years. As long as I'm around and still able to, I'll be producing more and more of these. It'll be the world's reference work on Paris. That's what I hope. And you'll have access to them. You'll have access to the curio files that I produce from now until I stop producing them, if you join me now in January. These are unique. There's nothing like them. There are books. Of course, there are many, many books about Paris, even the Curiosities of Paris. I've got a big collection, of course, but I make them my own. I'm not interested in saying exactly what other people have said. The photographs are all my own original street photography of Paris. As you can see, I try to be artistic. I try to produce beautiful images, striking images. In the curio files, I don't always, well, I try to have at least one artistic image, maybe all artistic, but they're not supposed to be too artistic so that you can't actually see what the curiosity or see what the architectural detail is. So some of them might be quite literal, and some of them, as you can see, this one here, you know, it's the Louvre pyramid. You can see it's a beautiful photograph. Even the one down here as well. I'm talking about the story of the Louvre pyramid in this curio file. You can see it's a rather beautiful image, isn't it? You can see the pyramid just through there, and yeah, I'm not going to drag this out. So that's the story. Let's see if there's anything else I want to tell you. So bonuses. What did I say for bonuses? All my top 10s, which I will build up along with you. You're on this ride with me. Fun facts lists. This is what I've got planned. I used to do Paris walks in the past, and I will put this in a format where you can follow the walks along. You've got maps for each of the curiosities. So if you look at the curio files, you can see at the bottom, you've got a little map, which is taken from Google Maps with a cross. It shows you exactly where it is. You've also got this panel here in each of them. Now what sometimes happens is you see something interesting, but the people, they don't tell you where it is, or they hint at it. You know, they don't want to give this to you. If you are a member of my masterclass, I will give you everything. Now, this is information I would have been desperate for in some cases. Even some of the books that I've got, they don't tell you exactly where it is. You have to hunt around, and I've spent the last 30 years digging this stuff up from many, many different sources and just walking around the streets. So walk around the streets with me. And it doesn't matter if you're in Australia and you're never planning on coming to Paris, or if you've been to Paris many times. I almost guarantee you that you will find a lot of stuff that you didn't realize existed. You know, even like secrets next to the Eiffel Tower that people don't know about, not to mention all of the rest of Paris. It's an incredible place. I sold my soul to Paris for a reason. So in this little box here, it tells you exactly what it is. It tells you the address. You've even got a fancy sort of a link. What 3 words? It's a special link. You can go directly to the exact location with putting 3 words into the internet. There's a link you can click, and there's another curio is mentioned. There'll probably be a link to that eventually. So you can go directly to another linked curiosity, another linked curio file on the same theme if you're interested. Strange but true, which is another little snippet. I put everything in, everything that comes to my mind to make this as interesting as possible. And when we get together weekly, I'll go over the curio files that we've seen during the week. You can ask me questions, and I will tell you anecdotes that I didn't manage to fit in to the curio file. I put lots of anecdotes in there if I can, but obviously I can't put everything. So you can see I tried to keep it very, very nice format. At least two beautiful pictures. Up here in the top, can you see that? Yeah, sorry. In the top here, I put, this is actually the arrondissement, the district, and you can see each of them has that. Okay, the different districts. So that's the first district. You see it says there, first arrondissement. It's got a name. It's got a quarter. It's got 4 quarters, and there are the 4 quarters. Not many people know that either. So there are the 4 quarters, and each of those quarters will have curiosities. And you see that orange dot? Well, that's today's curiosity. So you can see almost exactly where it is on that little map, and exactly where it is there, and you've got the address. These are all given categories. You know, for example, this one talks about architecture, history, anecdotes, and monuments. This one here is curiosity. Many of them are in the curiosity category. History, street. It's in the street. You see it by walking down a road, and it's a door. A very unique curiosity, this one here. That's in the 7th arrondissement. It's got its arrondissement name. The quarter has got its name, and it's a very strange thing indeed. You know, you get this, and your trips to Paris or around Paris will never be the same again, because there's just so much to see, and so many people don't see this stuff. Now, you don't have to be interested in this sort of weird stuff. I am, but you don't have to be, in which case this masterclass is probably not for you. You can buy a normal tourist book if you want, but That's not my thing. My thing is walking the streets and being surprised around every corner and making sure that I go down those corners which most people don't go down. Or that little, push open a door, see what happens if I go through this little passageway round this dark corner. The outer arrondissement, the outer districts, are much less touristy, and yet they hold some of the strangest things of Paris of all. So I cover all of the arrondissement. So that's about it. Let me see, what else can I say? Let me go further down here. This tells you if the masterclass is right for you. Go through this section, and if you recognize yourself, if this stuff here gets you very excited indeed, then it's for you. Might not be for you. I don't want you to do the masterclass if you're not going to get massive excitement and value from it. So read that and decide. Click on any of these buttons and join immediately for the best price and all of my content forever. It won't be like that next year. And it won't be like that after January. And me talking about Paris, more of my photographs, some of the things you'll discover, the layout of the city, architectural styles and gems. It's incredible history. Now, I have another place which counterbalances my passion for Paris, and it's the Lake District, mountains and sheep and lakes. And I needed it. Even though there's history there, I needed it because Paris is so rich in history. It's just everywhere. So, the walls speak. The walls have graffiti on from hundreds of years ago. They have impacts from bullets from various walls. There's a medieval building with a cannonball stuck in the wall up high from the revolution. It's crazy. Take a trip back in time, cultivate yourself. Who knows what will happen? All right, so you can read that. That's me, a little bit about me. Here are the dates, and there's the special offer. Read the FAQ, frequently asked questions. You can get some more information if you need it. There's a image telling you all about it, and a final word. So that's it, folks. I'm going to stop there, and I'm probably going to do something similar every day for the rest of January, so that I can get, really confident about talking about this, practicing it. I'm okay in front of the camera, but you can always be better, right? So that's it. So if you see any others of these, you don't need to watch them. Watch one, you've got the idea. Then all of the rest will be the same, although I might be showing a few photographs from time to time. But the main thing is, if this is for you, if you're excited about Paris, you would love to know far more than anyone you know about Paris, and just completely transform the way you see this incredible city that I adopted, that adopted me more than half a lifetime ago. And I can't leave. I can't go anywhere else now. This is it for the rest of my life. I'd love you to come on this journey with me. And this is how I'm inviting you for a price which is crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to give you everything I know. So that's it. I hope you can join me, and you can watch all of them if you like for the next, 28 days, me saying the same thing over and over and over. Join me on my masterclass. Join me on my Paris masterclass. Become a curious connoisseur of Paris in great company. Hope to see you. And click any of these buttons. And next time I will have the link, which is parissetmefree.com/master. See you soon. Bye for now, and happy Parising.